Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including Tesla releasing the 4680 Model Y to customers, AI Day number 2, Tesla Vision Autopilot speed finally increasing, and more. So let's get into it, and a special thanks to Bellroy for sponsoring this video. First up today, back in May of 2021, Tesla made a big change to their cars by dropping radar sensors. They did this likely to navigate supply shortages, but also to shift their vehicles to Tesla Vision. This is their improved Vision Autopilot system that doesn't need LiDAR or radar to achieve self-driving, and it's a big part of Tesla's ultimate goal. Ultimately, they say that it's improved, but the radar system still seems to be better in certain small ways for now. Elon Musk has talked multiple times about radar confusing the data though, saying, quote, "As vision processing gets better, it just leaves radar far behind." Tesla made this change quickly to the Model 3 and Y first in North America, then eventually they have changed it on all of their cars in all markets, including the Model S and X. The speed at which Tesla switched though, again, likely had to do with supply shortages, because all new cars delivered with Tesla Vision have actually been limited. Previously, their following distance was limited along with certain parking features, but they said that, quote, "In the weeks ahead, we'll start restoring these features via a series of over-the-air software updates." Most of those updates came, but the biggest one that still has yet to change is the top speed of Autopilot, which is 90 miles per hour with radar and originally was 75 miles per hour without radar. That's a big difference that makes Autopilot unusable in many areas. It has since increased to 80 miles per hour with software updates, but remains unusable in certain areas with high speed limits or high flows of traffic. Tesla and Elon Musk have talked about this speed increasing, and Elon said, quote, "Coming soon in April of 2022. This would essentially be restoring that feature on new cars to what they used to ship it with, and now they are finally doing it. Tesla is in the process of releasing FSD Beta 10.12, which we'll talk about more in a bit, but when asked, quote, "Will 10.12 include the max speed increase on Autopilot?" Elon said yes. Additionally, Tesla officially updated their Tesla Vision website to still mention the limited feature, but talk about the new top speed. Their website now says, quote, "Autosteer will be limited to a maximum speed of 85 miles per hour and a longer minimum following distance." This will likely be coming very shortly in a software update to Tesla Vision cars, and it's great to see. For myself, 85 miles per hour is really the speed that was necessary, and going up to 90 miles per hour might not be. However, since they said Tesla Vision cars would only be temporarily limited, and are claiming that Tesla Vision will improve the Autopilot system, I want to see the new system match what the old one could do. Great to finally see this speed increase, and it looks good for progress on the Tesla Vision system as a whole. Next up today, Tesla's pilot program to open superchargers to non-Teslas is expanding. Tesla and Elon Musk have talked about opening the Supercharger network for other cars for a while now. Currently, they are Tesla exclusive in most markets, but in order to support their mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, they want to make their vast charging infrastructure available to all. Obviously, this is a tough and long process, since more superchargers are needed for Tesla's vehicles alone, but they are starting slow. They first started by opening up chargers already equipped with CCS in the Netherlands to all EVs. We even saw them installing video cameras at some of these chargers to monitor how other EVs are utilizing them. Apparently, it seems to be going well or needs options in more countries, because Tesla just opened up select superchargers in Austria, Belgium, Spain, Sweden, and the UK. These 5 new countries add to the pilot program already live in France, the Netherlands, and Norway. What's important to note here, if you're worried about supercharger congestion with this expansion, is that Tesla said, quote, "Future sites will only be open to non-Tesla vehicles if there is available capacity." Interestingly, for the future, it looks like Tesla may be looking to install dual chargers in North America that have CCS and the Tesla connector. These would be installed in markets where they primarily use their proprietary connector. This could ensure that future superchargers in North America can easily be opened to other EVs that use CCS. This whole expansion will take some time, but given the massive size of Tesla's network, it should be a key piece to help out with charging infrastructure for future EVs. Next up today, we've seen Tesla making tons of 4680 Model Ys at Giga Texas. They delivered some back at the Cyber Rodeo to employees, and we learned that the price of that vehicle is not too cheap. It's listed right around $60,000 and is coming with a reduced range, instead of more range as originally expected with these battery cells. This is likely what Tesla is planning to ship at first to help out with Model Y demand and be able to ship cars with less battery cells, since 4680 cells are so new. But now that production has continued, the big question has been, where are these cars going? One Tesla employee confirmed their delivery of a 4680 Model Y, but not much else has been heard as far as deliveries of the hundreds of cars we've seen leaving Giga Texas. The other day, over 142 Model Ys in various colors at Giga Texas were spotted, ready for shipping, so they have to be going somewhere. Now, Tesla is finally expanding the deliveries of these cars. They are beginning to offer this car to customers as a quicker delivery option as well as employees. An email sent to Ganesh on Twitter confirmed the specs of the new Model Y as well as customer options for it. The email says, quote, "Accelerate your Model Y delivery. You have the opportunity to experience our latest configuration and take delivery within weeks. Select Model Y all-wheel drive and experience one of the first vehicles built at Gigafactory Texas, and currently only available in the area. Go anywhere with up to 279 miles on a single charge and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in as little as 5 seconds. Check your Tesla account regularly for updated inventory." The inventory page that you click through to includes 2022 Model Y all-wheel drives with this range, and it confirms that they are starting first deliveries to customers. On the left, you can see a price that's $1,000 more expensive than the base price of the 4680 Model Y of $59,990 because of the blue paint. On the right, you can see a range reduced by 10 miles due to the 20-inch induction wheels. That 5-second 0 to 60 is curious, since that car is all-wheel drive and seemingly should be lighter than the all-wheel drive long-range Model Y, which has a 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. There's no delivery timeline yet aside from, quote, "within weeks," which is far quicker than the delivery timeline for a normal Model Y. Only one of these emails has been seen so far, but Sawyer Merritt did verify with this customer by having them forward the email received by Tesla and send screenshots to their account. It's exciting to see the 4680 Model Y expanding beyond employees exclusively, and it finally answers the question as to where all these Model Ys produced at Giga Texas are going. It also answers the question as to how Tesla will handle demand for the 4680 Model Y at first, since a lot of customers would want that one, but now will actually probably opt for the longer range version. Soon they'll be going to customers who want to take delivery faster, save a little money, and get a reduced range. You will get their latest battery cells, but for now it's unfortunately a downgrade of 50 miles of range to go for the 4680 Model Y. In the future, hopefully this will change and the price can come down, because only saving $3,000 to get a standard range battery pack won't be appealing to many people. Next up today, the Model X has had a really rough go of it since January of 2021 when Tesla refreshed it. The refresh was great to see, but it took nearly a year before first Model X deliveries occurred after that refresh. Just under 5,000 Model X's have reportedly been registered so far this year in the US, beating plenty of other electric vehicles, but still lots of customers are waiting for their Model X delivery. Now we're seeing even more orders get pushed back further, with some waiting nearly 2 years between ordering and their estimated delivery date. More on that in just a minute. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Bellroy. Bellroy is a company that designs innovative and earth-friendly products that help you to be more efficient as you go about your day. They make wallets with easy access card storage, phone cases, bags, and card holders with built-in RFID protection, and a ton of other cool gadgets. I got their key case and tool that organizes your keys and includes a multi-purpose arm. You can use it as a bottle opener, screwdriver, or box cutter, and it feels much nicer in your pocket than a messy key ring. It easily attaches to a Tesla key fob, and I don't have to worry about my keys scratching my phone or anything else I put in the same pocket. The best part about this company, though, is that Earth consciousness is at the forefront of their design and manufacturing, and they support effective charities. Their polyester products use upcycled, single-use water bottles and have saved over 5 million bottles from landfills. They've also saved over 15 million liters of water by using their patented dry tan leather tanning process for their premium wallets. To check out Bellroy for yourself, click the link in the description below and get 10% off anything on their website. For Model X delays, John Rettinger tweeted saying, quote, "Car market is wild right now. This Tesla Model X for my wife originally had a delivery date of December 2021, changed this AM from July to a range of December 2022 to April 2023. The Kilowatts responded with the same situation, Kim Java responded with the same situation, and Eric responded with the same situation, having ordered 2 entire years prior to his estimated delivery day. It's likely happening across the board for Model X order holders, considering how many people are posting replies under these, and it's unclear exactly what the holdup is on this car. Back in February, when dealing with issues like this, Elon Musk said, quote, "Model X is an extremely difficult car to build, most complex passenger car ever. Limiting factor is interior trim. That could still be the case, as supply issues have not improved much across the industry, but it's still unfortunate to see. We'll hopefully get more information on this soon, but it's clear that Tesla is more focused on making the Model 3 and Y, as those are their most popular cars. Next up today, Tesla has officially begun rolling out the latest version of the FSD Beta, and it's a big update. There are a ton of release notes, and people are already noticing updated graphics on screen. Elon Musk tweeted in response to the release notes saying, quote, "This is a big one. Expect some 2 steps forward, 1 step back situations. These will be great ironed-in point releases, hence 10.12.2 or 10.13 for wider beta release." There are a ton of release notes, as I said, and the first page includes things like unprotected left turn improvements, improved creeping for visibility using more accurate lane geometry, an upgraded planner to rely less on lanes to enable maneuvering smoothly out of restricted spaces. A few specifically interesting notes to me are things like improved precision of the is parked attribute on vehicles by adding 41,000 clips to the training set, solved 48% of failure cases captured by our telemetry of 10.11, along with improved system frame rate plus 1.8 frames per second by removing 3 legacy neural networks. There are tons of notes there, and this is the longest release notes we've seen from Tesla in the beta. They are also very complex, but the ways we'll really see these improvements most obviously will come with FSD Beta test videos and the visualizations on screen, which are improving. As always, everything with FSD has been incredibly delayed, and Tesla's communication on that situation has not been good, but Tesla is continuing each day to work on the FSD Beta with their goals of full autonomy clearly in mind. Updates like this are big and show us progress, but the real progress on Tesla's AI efforts will likely be seen when Tesla gives an update at their upcoming AI Day. Elon Musk just announced on Twitter that Tesla will be holding AI Day number 2. He said, quote, "Tesla AI Day number 2 on August 19th. So many cool updates." Last time Tesla held an AI Day was in August of 2021, where they broke down their progress on full self-driving, Tesla Vision, vision mapping, and 4D labeling in intense detail. They then officially announced their Dojo neural net training computer and unveiled the specs of what it will eventually be and be able to do for their AI training efforts. Then at the end of the event came the next big thing when talking about what's next for AI beyond our vehicle fleet. Here is where they first unveiled the Tesla bot with a video showcasing its design and a funny parody of the Tesla bot, which was just someone dancing in a Tesla bot suit on stage. Clearly the Tesla bot wasn't real and operational yet, but Elon Musk talked about their goals there. In the future they want to make a fully autonomous humanoid robot, and they detailed specs of the robot including weight, height, electromechanical actuators, 2-axis feet, autopilot cameras, FSD computer, and more. All of this was essentially a concept to show that Tesla's work on full self-driving has potential well beyond vehicles, and they are now aiming to make real-world AI in a humanoid form. The most recent updates on the Tesla bot came with Elon saying they are aiming to start production of what they call Optimus in 2023. That would be first trial production, and he was clear that it won't be the final product, saying, quote, "I think we have a shot at being in production for version 1 of Optimus hopefully next year." Since that was revealed at last year's AI Day, many are expecting that the many cool updates he is referencing could have to do with the Tesla bot. Dave Lee asked, saying, quote, "Will you show a sneak preview of Tesla bot?" And Elon responded, "Yes." Per usual, it's unclear what that actually means, and I'd guess that any sneak preview would really be a preview into the behind-the-scenes process that they are working on for the Tesla bot. Anything beyond the dummy they had on display at AI Day and the Cyber Rodeo would certainly be a surprise, but would also shock everyone in a good way, since many think that this won't come to fruition for years or decades. We'll see what all is revealed in this regard, but hopefully we'll also get updates for the Dojo computer and updates as to how long it will be until Tesla can truly release the wide release of the FSD Beta to all customers who have purchased that package. Next up today, Tesla has been removed from the S&P 500's ESG index. According to CNBC, quote, "The S&P 500 ESG index uses environmental, social, and governance data to rank and effectively recommend companies to investors. Its criteria include hundreds of data points per company that pertain to the way businesses affect the planet and treat stakeholders beyond shareholders, including customers, employees, vendors, partners, and neighbors. The main reasons they are citing that Tesla has been removed is a lack of a low-carbon strategy and codes of business conduct." There have also been reports of poor working conditions and racism at Tesla's main Fremont factory in the past year, which was taken into account, along with NHTSA investigations into Autopilot. An S&P spokesperson said, quote, "While Tesla may be playing its part in taking fuel-powered cars off the road, it has fallen behind its peers when examined through a wider ESG lens." Elon Musk's response? Clearly, he was furious. He said, "Exxon is rated top 10 best in world for environmental, social, and governance by S&P 500, while Tesla didn't make the list. ESG is a scam. It has been weaponized by phony social justice warriors." He then said at SP Global Ratings has lost their integrity and proceeded to tweet a bunch about politics, frustrating many Tesla fans who just want to see him talk about Tesla. I think everyone can agree that the root of Elon's frustration makes sense. Tesla continually gets ignored, and for the environmental part of the ESG, Exxon being included while Tesla isn't doesn't really make sense at first glance. However, Tesla is much more focused on the future impact of their products, and ESG doesn't take this as much into account. Tesla also does have some work to do. Things get blown out of proportion in the press regularly, but there are clearly some issues happening that they need to work on and communication they need to improve at the company. They've grown incredibly fast and issues can happen, but must be addressed. I hope that Elon Musk and Tesla can see at least a piece of this rather than completely writing off any group who criticizes them like the ESG has done by removing them. That said, Tesla does get attacked a lot by the people that should be supportive of a clean energy future. What are your thoughts though? Is Elon justified to be as angry as he is, or does it make sense that Tesla was removed? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. Last up today, Bentley's CEO has promised some insane specs on their first EV. Bentley is reportedly planning an EV for 2025 that will bring 1,400 horsepower and accelerate from 0 to 60 in 1.5 seconds. This would beat the Model S Plaid and Lucid Air by nearly a half second and would become the fastest accelerating production EV. Bentley also said that brutal acceleration won't be its only selling point though. That's a pretty insane promise there, so we'll have to wait and see if Bentley's first electric car can actually beat the Model S Plaid. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see my breakdown of the true cost to own the cheapest Tesla after 1 year, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.